Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. It's the current time of 8:43 a.m. on Eastern Time on August 11 on Thursday. Hope you guys have a great week so far. Ethereum $100,920, up about 3.5% so far. Respect to over crypto market and the equity market on this Thursday morning so far, there are a couple of macro elements that's cultivating the surge that we see in front of us. Obviously, from the positive CPI report that came out yesterday on depictions of the consumer purchasing behavior. Obviously, it's not a good number, but it beats expectations of Wall Street, subsequently allow for buying pressure across the spectrum. And today, with respect to the PPI report, which is the wholesale number depicting the wholesale inflationary pressure, it seems like it's fell by 0.5% in July. So it's another positive signal, indicating that prices might be, slowing down. It's been quite spiky, for the last couple of months. So it seems like it's kind of hit the peak and is slowly, normalizing and mitigating going forward. But we'll have to see, right? That is, seems like with respect to the rate hikes, the 75 basis point that we've done on both June and July might be working, but we don't know. This is gonna be contingent on the corporate earnings and how corporate companies on the executive level are gonna be maneuvering through all of this, murky water, if you may, until we get confirmatory signal and consistent progression going forward. And obviously today, if you guys are focusing on Ethereum, Ethereum is moving closer to adopting a proof of stake model for its network, right? And the timing is basically today, which is less energy intensive than the existing proof of work method, right? So the network of rents, has basically performed its last dress rehearsal before the major upgrade, which is expected to take place next month. And the rehearsal happened basically within this last 24 or the next 24 hours, depending on what time you're watching this video. So with that positive signal and, with this test being performed successfully, and with respect to the timing for the upgrade, which is going to be the transition to 2.0, to be confirmatory, we should ideally see some, additional healthy buying pressure. Okay. So, is this like a bear market rally? Which bear market rally typically looks very, very robust, like the way we're kind of seeing it right now? Or are we seeing like an actual reversal of the market, right? So we can dive into the technicals. Before I do that, let me just take a look at the spectrum across the market. Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq are all up about 0.5%. Oil's back up to $93. It was like trading around like 87 yesterday. The 10-year yield is also dipping at 2.754%. I guess it's like the anti-correlation effects with the wholesale inflation number and the retail, the consumer, the CPI number that we got yesterday as well. So let me just double check before I move on to the technicals. I appreciate the feedback that you guys gave me yesterday on the survey. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been like doing YouTube for I think about a year now, right? I don't know, but like for me, it's like more of a habitual thing. I just do this every single day, without really thinking about it. I think I've done over 1,000 videos now. I know 1,000 videos sounds like a lot, but like if you do this every day, and it's like brushing my teeth, or I'm used to it now. But surprisingly, it's not really a drag for me. It's just like it's something I'm used to it now. I just kind of do it every day, but obviously, the format needs a little bit of improvement. And I'm not like one of those like animated or hype channels that looks like a TV show. I'm just more like me speaking my commentary. Some people suggest that maybe I should convert this into like a podcast or something like that, which I think makes sense. But I think you guys want to have the charts and stuff in front of you. So let me just dive right into it without wasting more time. Respect to recording time of 8:48 a.m. on the Eastern time. I'll try and make this quicker than typical videos. we're trading at $1,925 of about close to 4% so far. You can see that clearly we're in between levels right now. The real level that we have to get to will be 2,000. That's the next level, and then 2,150. So we'll see how that goes, right? Can we sustain this bullishness and keep this going? Knowing the fact that we are quite extended, right? Not just on the MACD front, we've been crossed up for quite some time, ever since like basically June 23rd, right? And you see that we've been sustaining at this new platform of 69 out of 70, so quite extended over on the top, forming this kind of like a plateau almost. So I think on the overall, despite its blowing up because of the positive macro factors identified so far, and also the micro factor, which is the merge test, that they have the rehearsal that they perform within the next today and yesterday, is still quite extended. So in a risk management perspective, I typically don't prefer to be buying when it's quite extended on a technical spectrum. But weeks out, we are seeing a golden cross that's forming, and we are relatively neutral on the weeks, right? So what I see foreshadow this happening is that we might reach 2,000. If the news get even more out of hand or more robust, like 2,150 is even possible. But that will be extremely extended then. Like daily will basically reach all the way to 75 or 80 out of 70, which is extremely overbought. And weekly will be quite extended as well, reaching to 55 out of 70. You could see that 55 out of 70 on a weekly is technically a resistance level. Months is still quite like decent. It's not like super bullish or super bearish. So something to think about, right? And respect to Bitcoin, you can see that this looks very much like an upward wedge, and you can see that on the daily, very extended. We are at 65 out of 70, and we've been at 65 out of 70 out of for basically over close to a month so far, since the 19th of July, right? And you can see that this elongation, and what's the next level up, right? Not current level. Right now, we're just trading on flat numbers or previous resistance level based on the red candles that you see here. So it's like 24,500. The real next level is basically going to be somewhere around like 26,500, and then all the way up to like 30,500 from here, right? So this doesn't seem like a healthy bullish momentum that will consistently keep going up from here like a staircase, even though it looks like we are forming some sort of a staircase. But it's quite extended, so we need to kind of normalize and cool down, so allow for people to take some profit. So maybe this Friday, we could ideally see some. But weeks and months out, right? You can see that weeks out is quite, bullish actually. So seems like there's a delay effect in comparisons to Ethereum to Bitcoin. Like Ethereum should be pumping faster than Bitcoin percentage-wise, obviously. But Bitcoin should see some robust propelment going forward. And then on the weeks out, it's quite similar, right? Plateauing around like the neutral level at 45 out of 7. So it's not too overbought, oversold. So it's tolerable. So I think Bitcoin is actually not terrible if you have to choose, right? And then across the overall market, obviously, you see like a kind of a mixed bag, right? Like classics like basically pumping up again. But you could see that this might be, we might see more bullishness actually on a daily perspective. We're seeing this cup and handle going on, like cup, right, and handle. So we might see a little slight dip and then pump up from here. So seeing more bullishness across the spectrum, especially Ethereum Classic, doesn't really have anything to do with Ethereum 2.0 because they're different things, but it still can have correlations effect onto driving more upward pressure. And then across the other coins, like all the other altcoins, pretty much like trading just like the same as like Ethereum, right? Quite bearish, not like super bearish, right? But just like we need to normalize a little bit in the short term, but bullishness in weeks and months out, okay? So feel free to check out our Patreon update. I update that on a daily basis, and also like the BlackRock and the ARK Invest daily buy, sell, hold signal, which I update every single morning. So let me know how it goes. Appreciate the updates again, and appreciate you. Take care.